I'm coming in hot.
So let's check in really quick, okay? For those of you who don't know, I'm Cash Check. If you want to get to know me a little bit better, you can go check week's 1 video. I kind of explain who I am, why I'm here. You can go follow me on Instagram at Inspired by Cash. Again, it's Inspired by Cash. Super easy. That's my Instagram. You can ask me any questions there if you have any questions after the videos today. But let's get right into it. Let's go over the other tasks that I gave you last week. I told you guys to find an enemy, okay? I told you guys we're going to harness the dark energy, as it's called. That's a terrible name because it's actually more, I like to call it your willpower. We're going to combine Y power and willpower together. So I told you to find an enemy. Somebody who's doubting you, somebody who's saying negative things to you on your journey here. And I have enemies, okay? So I'm not just telling you guys to do this and then just saying, hey, what do we got? I'm not just saying, hey, go and do this because someone said it was good. This is something, like I said last week, this is something that I do and has been proven in my life to work. I would never ask you guys to do something that I couldn't do myself, okay? So I have multiple enemies. I don't have just one. I have a few. And I'm going to be vulnerable with you guys, okay? I'm going to overshare a little bit just to show you that this is a safe space. This is a place where we can come together collectively to grow and to be open. And this is also a place where you can find somebody who's going through something similar, okay? So I have multiple enemies. I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to say where I met them or who they are to me. But as some of you know who have seen me in person, or maybe you've seen me on Instagram, I'm slightly underweight, right? So I have a skinny build, which most people think is a good thing. It could be. It is a good thing in certain situations. But my whole life, I've had 22 years of people counting me out because I'm skinny, because I'm underweight. Now, some people who are on a weight loss journey might think, well, it must be nice to be skinny. At times, yes. At times it is nice. But when you're a 22-year-old kid with 22-year-old insecurities, sometimes being underweight sucks. Sometimes somebody says to you with no filter, I didn't provoke them. One time somebody said to me, you know, Cash, you'd better eat another meal, otherwise the sunlight is going to shine right through you. Now, they were joking, and I laughed because it was funny, but I never forgot what they said. I had somebody really close to me say, Cash, I've seen bigger arms on a snake, okay? I've heard things like that before. There's girls that I've tried to date. I had one girl say, I don't want to go out with you because I want to date a guy with big arms, and you're just too skinny for me. Don't you think that hurts? Now, I might be skinny, I might be able to eat whatever I want, whenever I want, but don't you think things like that hurt me? They do. So I'm going through this with you guys. There are people who count me out just as there are people who count you out, okay? We're in this together. Now, like I said, I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to tell you who they are to me, but things do happen to me as well. And I wanted to share them with you because what I want you guys to do is, excuse me, I want you guys to share something that was said to you that you're going to use as fuel, that you're going to use as this dark energy or this willpower, this enemy that you have. You don't have to name their name. You don't have to say who they are to you. You don't even have to really say what they said. I just want you to comment something that you're going to use as an enemy. You could say, hey, it's a coworker. Or you could say, hey, it's a person I see every day. You can be as vague as you want. I just want you guys to comment down who your enemy is or what they said or something, because we're not alone. Guys, we're in this together, okay? And I'm going to be as open as I can with you guys, and I hope that you can be as open as you can with me and with the group, because we're all going to learn and grow together. We're going to crush our goals together, okay? I love you guys. So I gave you the workout. I opened up a little bit. Let's get into the lesson, okay? If you stuck with me this far, I'm going to do a little bit of a teaching lesson. It's going to be pretty quick today because it's kind of building on what we talked about last week. And I'm just going to keep it brief for you. Like I said, I don't have a timer going, so I don't know how long this is going to be, but we're going to get into it, okay? So today's lesson, or excuse me, last week's lesson was the faithful fighter, using your faith to accomplish your goals, exercising extreme faith to accomplish your goals. So today we're building on top of that. Today we're talking about the villain versus the hero and the victim versus the victor, okay? So let's get into the hero versus the villain. So I know you've seen superhero movies, and the villain is always willing to sacrifice the whole world for one person, usually them or someone close to them. The hero is willing to sacrifice one person or a group of people to save the world. So which are you in your life? Are you the hero in your life, or are you the villain in your life? Now, let me make it clear. Let me apply it to you and me. In our lives, if you're the villain will hear an opinion from one person, or they'll hear something from someone close to them that's negative, and then they'll give up on their dreams and their goals, right? You'll be trying to lose weight, and your spouse will say to you, who do you think you are? You're trying to lose 10 pounds, you're trying to lose 20 pounds. There's no way you could do it, not especially with the diet that you currently have. And then you all of a sudden you hear that, and you're like, that person loves me, their opinion's valid, so I'm just going to give up on this goal. I'm going to give up on this weight loss journey. That's being the villain in your life. But being the hero means that you hear this opinion, you hear this person talking to you and speaking negative to you, and you decide to give up on their opinion of you to chase your dream and to chase your goal. It could be your spouse saying to you, hey, you have a terrible diet. What makes you think you can lose 10 pounds? I'm not giving up on my spouse, but I'm giving up on their opinion of my health journey to chase my goal, to chase my dream, right? So in your life, I want you to first ask yourself, are you the villain or are you the hero? So sometimes sometimes the villain in your life is you. Sometimes your negative self-talk makes you the villain in your own life. Sometimes you have so many good people around you who are encouraging you, and in your mind, you're saying, no, I'm not worthy of the dreams that I'm trying to chase. Sometimes the villain is you. I'm just making this clear to you guys that there are heroes in your life and there are villains in your life. So just like last week, how I wanted you to find an enemy, now I want you to find the villain and I want you to find the hero, or I want you to be the hero. Okay, so I want you to find somebody who's talking negative to you, again, an enemy. If you haven't found one, I want you to go find one. And if you did find one, I want you to get another one. Okay, so we're going to look for multiple enemies. I have a list of 10 to 20 people who are my enemies, quote unquote, because they have said negative things about me. They've said things that hurt me or that stuck with me. And so I keep a list of that. So this is what we're building up for you guys, because the more enemies you have, the more fuel you have, the more you're going to be able to easily stay on track and stay consistent, okay? So I want you to go find the villain. Maybe it's you. If it is you, I want you to point that out to yourself. You don't necessarily have to comment anything in the video, but I want you to notice, hey, you know what? I do have a lot of negative self-talk. I do have a lot of self-doubt. So if you're the villain, that's okay. That's okay, because now you know. And now you know you have to do something about it, okay? And now I want you to find the hero, whether that is you or whether that is somebody talking to you. I want you to find somebody who is keeping you consistent, who is keeping you positive, and maybe it is you. Maybe you have all these haters and you're the only one telling yourself that you can do it. Then you're the hero. Or maybe your spouse is the one who's telling you that you can do it. Or maybe it's your brother, your cousin, your coworker, whoever. Find somebody who tells you you can't. Find someone who tells you you can, okay? Both of these are very important, and like I said, we're going to stack on these every week. So go find a villain, a second enemy, or a first one, and then go find a hero, whether it's you or somebody else, okay? So now let's talk about the victim versus the victor. The V-I-C-T-I-M, I think that's how you spell victim, don't quote me, but versus the victor, V-I-C-T-O-R. Now the victim, or that victim mentality, the person with a victim mentality will say, what if? They will ask, what if? Well, what if I don't lose the weight I want to lose? Well, what if I start it and I lose the weight and it comes back? What if I start this health journey and everybody who's close to me leaves me because they don't believe in me? What if, what if, what if, what if, what if? The victor, or the person with a victory mindset, says, even if I lose the weight, I have Shape Up Church's blueprint to where I can put weight back off. Even if the people close to me leave me, there will be somebody in my life, there's always God, who will help me stay true to my goals. Even if, okay? They say what if, but then they say even if, okay? There's a difference between a victim mindset and a victor mindset, or a victory mindset. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to take note of your life. I want you to say, hey, how many times have I said what if? And how many times have I answered it with even if? Okay, we're going to rewire your brain, rewire the way that you think to a victory mindset. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do. For this exercise, this mindset exercise, I want you to comment below a what if, even if statement. Something that you've said in your life. I want you to be a little bit vulnerable, because as you open up, you encourage other people to open up. And like I said, we're all going to learn and grow and kill it together. We're all going to help each other, okay? We're not here to put anybody down. We're here to build everybody up. That's what this community is for. So I'll start. I say, what if I'm too young and inexperienced to reach my weight goals? That's something I've said. Well, I have now answered that with, even if I am too young and inexperienced, information's free. And this community is free. There are people who want to see me thrive. So even if I can't reach it because I'm too young, I will reach out to the necessary people, okay? That's your what if, even if statement. So I want you guys to get into that today, okay? That's all I got for you guys today.
I'm coming in hot.